Ukrainian ground Ratel-S kamikaze drone in action. Ukrainian defenders blew up a bridge in the village of Ivanivsky, Donetsk region, with a ground drone, thus significantly complicating Russian logistics. Ratel-S is an unmanned ground vehicle from the developers of Brave 1. The military uses it as a mobile warhead that carries anti-tank mines or a combat module. It works remotely, which means the operator can blow up an enemy tank or dugout from a safe location. Putin signed a decree on the new Russian Navy leadership. Minister of Defense Shoigu said the Russian president signed a decree appointing Admiral Alexander Moiseyev as Commander-in-Chief of the Russian Navy, Vice Admiral Sergei Pinchuk as Commander of the Black Sea Fleet, Vice Admiral Konstantin Kabantsov as Commander of the Northern Fleet. It is known that until recently, Moiseyev commanded Russia's Northern Fleet. Kabantsov was the first deputy commander of the Northern Fleet. Pinchuk formerly commanded the Caspian Flotilla. The official reasons for the change of the Russian Navy leadership were not named. The resignation of the previous commander-in-chief, Nikolai Yevmenov, came amid a series of sinkings of Russian Black Sea Fleet ships by Ukrainian naval drones. For whom of them the bell tolls? Who is operating deep into Russian rear unsuspected and destroys Russian rotating troops and equipment? Impact on a Russian position in Tonenke by what looks to be an AASM-250 hammer-guided bomb, supplied by France to Ukraine. Maybe one of the drone about the oil refinery in Tatarstan?
God. Это дрон.
New details of the attack on the Tatarstan oil refinery. Joint operation of the Security Service of Ukraine and Ukrainian Defense Intelligence, sources say. A Ukrainian long-range drone hit a primary oil refining unit at the Nizhnekamsk refinery, causing a fire. The capacity of this unit was 8 million tons of oil, which is 2.6% of Russia's total annual refining capacity. Moreover, this plant is one of the 5 largest refineries in Russia. We continue to work systematically to ensure that the Russian Federation has fewer opportunities to finance the war of conquest against Ukraine. We will continue to block oxygen to the petrol-pumping country to minimize the flow of petrodollars to the Russian military budget, the SSU source said. Unveiling the truth. Russia's economic crisis beyond the facade of cherry-picked statistics and propaganda. A brief analysis by Joni Askala. Since February 2022, Western governments have imposed sanctions on more than 15,000 Russian entities and individuals to reduce Russia's revenues from exports of energy and minerals, impairing its long-term ability to wage war. To limit Russian profits from oil, the G7 nations restricted the use of Western vessels and insurers for oil priced over $60 a barrel. Russia developed a new network of shippers to get around the restrictions, moving 71% of its oil exports through a growing ghost fleet. Most Russian banks maintain access to SWIFT and have imported over $900 million worth of battlefield and dual-use technology per month in the first half of 2023. These imports have been critical for Russia's military industry and have made Russia even more dependent on China. Sanctions will intensify over time, impacting Russia's budget, financial markets, foreign investment, and its industrial and technological base. Russia is likely to devote around 40% of its budget to the military in 2024, impacting sectors like education and healthcare. The IMF has highlighted that Russia's hot war with Ukraine is reminiscent of the Soviet Union's détente with the United States, with state military spending crowding out other forms of economic growth. The image projected by the Russian government of a robust and flourishing economy is akin to a meticulously crafted illusion, concealing the vulnerabilities and deficiencies that plague the nation's economic landscape. Russia's economy is plagued by chronically low levels of FDI and endemic corruption. The claims of prosperity are further undermined by the fact that Russian statistics are cherry-picked lies and distortions, meant to deceive both domestic and international audiences. In reality, Russia's economy is teetering on the brink of crisis, held together by a fragile web of deception and manipulation. The Kremlin's failure to address the underlying structural weaknesses and vulnerabilities only exacerbates the risk of economic collapse. Without meaningful reforms and a commitment to transparency, accountability, and the rule of law, Russia's illusion of economic prosperity will inevitably crumble, leaving behind a trail of devastation and disillusionment. Germany will send 180,000 artillery shells to Ukraine via Czech initiative. Germany will support Ukraine with 180,000 rounds of artillery shells as a contribution to a Czech-led plan to buy ammunition for Ukraine. The total cost of this contribution, according to the Defense Ministry, amounts to 576 million euros, $618 million. Last month, German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius announced a 478 million euro aid package for Ukraine, not including the support for the Czech ammunition initiative. The total value of both support measures is therefore over 1 billion euros, a spokesperson for the ministry told Reuters. The German contribution constitutes 40% of the initiative's total, as stated by the ministry. Attention, France. Which city in France do you pity the least? Asks Russian propagandist Solovyev, threatening to bomb France for supporting our Russian Odessa.
Вам какой во Франции город менее всего жалко?
Я надеюсь, что до этого не дойдет.
Дойдет. Но они же в Одессу хотят, в нашу русскую Одессу они хотят вести.
Они хотят...
Нет, там какая-то приезжала очередная депутаткера, сказала, что...
Нет, они хотят размещаться по границе с Белоруссией. И вроде бы тем самым...
Вот я представляю, как это батьку порадует.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comments section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.